Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a comparison and review on the Final Duel 1 and the Final Duel 2. Those are really, for some reason, hard to say. And it is both of them because that is the way that LEGO decided to make these back in 2002. We're going to compare it to the 2020 Final Duel set, which totally knocks it out of the water, but I did want to show basically the progress that LEGO has made over the years. So 2002 is, they're only like 2-3 years into making LEGO Star Wars at the time, and this set particularly shows. So Final Duel 1 is this one here. It came out in 2002. It is set 7200, and it has 31 pieces with 2 minifigures. It retailed initially for $7, so it was very easy for little kids to buy. Used goes for about $29. New in package still, $59, which it blows me away. Final Duel 2 is worth a lot less. It is set 7201. Again, came out in 2002. The interesting thing is this one retired in 2003 and this one retired at the end of the year in 2002. So it just wasn't as much of it wasn't as good of a hit. And it came with only 26 pieces. Guys, I'm pretty sure there are poly bags with more than 26 pieces these days. So it is a pretty sorry excuse for a LEGO set. It also retailed for $7, but it does come with 3 minifigures and you get a Luke Skywalker. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Nowadays, it is worth about $29 brand new in package and $17 used, which again, blows me away that it's even worth that much. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the sets. We'll start with the Final Duel 2 just because that's the one I grabbed. Yeah, and basically you just get this small little entryway and that's it. There is like absolutely zero playability with this set. I usually don't give LEGO a very hard time for their earlier models, but this one's really bad, guys. I do like the little commander here. He is smiling and he's super happy to take Luke Skywalker to his potential death. The thing that really gets me about this set is they used this little entryway and it just is too big. It fits over this, like, why did they not make this base a little bit wider so that it at least looked nicer for this entryway? It just, I don't know, it just is really amateurish. It just looks like something that a kid put together with this entryway being wider than the actual, base. It's just really, really strange to me. Another thing that really bugs me about these sets is this one comes on stilts and this one is really flat. So yeah, there's that. In terms of minifigures, you do, like I said, get a nice selection. I mean, you get this really excited Imperial officer. He's mega cute. Yellow, very generic looking. And then you get a Luke Skywalker. So not bad. I mean, you get a main character, which is nice. And then you get a Stormtrooper with a gun, and he's the yellowhead Stormtrooper. So you get 3 minifigures with this tiny set, and again, there's absolutely no playability. You can have Luke walk through this passage. This one is a little bit better here, the Final Duel 1. Basically, you get a nice little screen that looks out into the Death Star, which is also the same glass that they use for TIE fighters, which is really weird. They're just recycling that. Though this one is even smaller in terms of the size. It's got more pieces because you had to build a throne for Palpatine, but that's it. The redeeming factors is this is a printed piece, and then these 2 little control panels are printed. But I mean, they are a dime a dozen. But yeah, and the chair does spin around, which is cool, so you can at least reenact that scene where, Palpatine, oh my gosh, I just ripped off his, I yeeted his stick when I turned him, but you can have him spin around in the chair, which is kind of cool. The chair build itself is actually not that terrible. I mean, you definitely get the right angles. It's dusty, sorry. But yeah, that's all you get for that set. In terms of minifigures, you get Darth Sidious or Emperor Palpatine or whatever you want to call him. And he is just pretty generic. His wrinkles make him look really weird. LEGO made minifigures with wrinkly faces really odd back then. They just didn't quite have it. And he comes with a little walking stick. Again, he's a cool minifigure. Not too bad. And then you get a Darth Vader. And he would be another really cool one to get in such a small set. And then this is the one with the eyebrows. And pretty basic chest printing. Yeah, so really, in order to even play with this set, you would need both. If you only have one, it's not going to do a whole lot of good. So why they decided to break these up in 2, I'm not sure. I don't know why they couldn't sell it together as a set for $14, because that's a lot of minifigures. The set itself is really weak. So I just think that LEGO made a lot of mistakes with this one in the way they decided to split it up. And I felt like even back then, they probably could have made this better than they ended up doing. That's just my own opinion. I mean, you can have Darth Vader and Luke battle on this little bridge thing if you want. make it look kind of like that, but that's not accurate. Unless maybe you do it this way, looking through might be a little bit more accurate. So I don't know. And then these two guys kind of just hang out. They're not even really included in the scene. All right, and here is the set that blows this tiny one out of the water. Like I said, I usually don't make these videos just to stomp on Lego during their early days, because I usually like them, and most of the sets, even though they're not as well designed, they provide a springboard for the sets that we obviously come to later. This is not quite the same in the way that I just feel like they could have done better with this even back then, especially considering, you know, nowadays we get something like this, which is really, really nice. And it's not even worth comparing because there's so little in this set to compare to this set. I mean, you can see it barely fits in the frame there. There's just so much more world building. This is the 2020 version, but even the 2013 version or 2014, whenever this set came out originally, was just so much better. I think that the extra minifigures that you get, these two guards versus the Stormtrooper and the Imperial Officer, are a little better. They fit just a little bit more. And I mean, you still have the throne that's up there, and you still have Darth Maul and Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker fighting. But it just, I don't know, it just is, it's bigger obviously, but it's just much better for making, you know, pretending that you're there fighting, you know, the final duel. And this one is just really weak in my opinion. And I usually am not so hard on those, but anyways, the opinion is obviously yours. This one, you know, obviously holds some more nostalgia for people, and it's just the original basis of the Lego, but just really what gets me is the way they made this base smaller than this entryway, and they put this one on stilts and made this one flat, and there's no real place for Luke and Darth Vader to duel. And the way they made them in two separate sets, I just feel like at least they could have combined them, because, you know, obviously we get to one where you have like just the entirety of the Emperor's throne room in the Death Star. So anyways, it's all, I mean, splitting hairs, of course, with something that's so far apart in age 2002 versus 2020. I mean, it's quite a far apart gap there. But anyways, just so that you guys could see, I wanted to compare them for you. And I hope that you enjoyed. Let me know what you think about them in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.